How does an online stockbroker work? What I want to do here is take you through a beginner's guide so you can understand exactly what you need, why you need it, and then some of the little details that go along with it that I've discovered over the years of running the YouTube channel. People always ask little questions. It's like, oh, that's actually a good point. I never really thought about that, but I can see how you might be wondering about that. So I'm going to try to cover this from a beginner's guide perspective about, like I said, how an online stockbroker works, how it functions. So first off, why do you even need an online broker? Well, all a broker is doing is over here, you have a market. That could be the stock market, that could be a futures market, that could be a Forex market, that could be some sort of market, but there's a financial market over here. And over here, this is you. And you want to make money from this market, right? Your goal is, hey, I want to get out there. I want to take control. I want to create another, stream of income. I want a side hustle. I want a full-time gig. Just there's some reason, but you're just looking at there saying, I want to make money from that market. But what is actually going to allow you to get over there? In other words, what is the bridge? That's a respectable bridge, isn't it? I think it is. The bridge that connects you to the market is what is the actual broker. Now, back in the day, before even my time, the broker, if you wanted to get connected, you still didn't need a broker, but you'd have to call them up on the phone. You'd have to place your orders over the phone. And it was, from my understanding, a very, just kind of not a very efficient process. But in this day and age of technology, what we can add in now, which is fantastic, is we can put an online up here, right? So an online broker. So the moral of the story here is that you do need an online broker. Sometimes people ask, Clay, do I even need a broker? Can I just do this myself? And yes, you can do it yourself in the sense of you are making all the decisions, but still, in order to access that market, you will need that bridge, which again is the online broker. So that's why you actually need one. Now, the next step, okay, well, how do you actually get access to the bridge? What is going to occur? And over here, if you want the broker, you're just going to need to go, and there's a bunch of them out there. The one I recommend is Webull. I'll put a link down below for just full transparency's sake. That is an affiliate link. So if you sign up using the link, you'll get a couple free stocks or whatever the promotion is. I'll also get something too, so just keep that in mind. But I'll just use them as a backbone. But I would recommend Webull to at least start off and consider. But in order to sign up for Webull, well, then you're going to need to go through an application process. And you're going to need to answer some questions about yourself. And you're basically opening up a bank account. In some ways, it's not quite a bank account, but you're going to have to just go through your name, address, the typical things to actually create the account, right? Because that's what an online broker is. You're creating an account and you just fill out the application. Again, going back to the word of online, super convenient. So it's not like you have to print stuff out and then, write it and then put it in the fax machine or nothing like that. It's just click, 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 super convenient. So you're going to have to fill out an app, and that's what's going to ultimately open you up an online broker. So after you get approved, after you get accepted, the next thing you're going to do is, well, you actually need to deposit money, right? So you're going to have to deposit some money into the broker. It takes money to make money, right? You need to be able to buy a stock. In order to buy a stock, well, you are going to need money. So you're going to have to put in some of your money. Some brokers I know will allow you to use credit cards to fund an account. Don't do that, okay? Don't fund your trading account with a credit card because there's no guarantees that you're going to actually make money in the market. So just make sure it's money that you own. It's not any sort of, don't go to your sweet old little grandma on a motorized cart and be like, hey, Grams, can I have $20,000? Don't do that, okay? Just make sure it's money that is yours, that you can afford to lose just in case something crazy goes on. But you are still going to need to deposit money. Now, once you have money in the trading account, you are ready to go. The bridge right here, it has been built. The bridge has been built and you are ready to operate and start to make some trades. So over here, let's just say you make a trade and you make money, okay? So you make money. The question becomes, okay, well, how do I access that money? How am I actually able to go and spend that money? What is that like money I can spend if I make money? So if I buy a stock low and it goes up in value and then I sell and then I make some money, is that money I can actually spend? Yeah, it is. It's money. It's in your pocket. It's pretty cool, huh? But a lot of people ask, okay, well, how do I actually get the money? And you get the money the same exact way. To go back here, you deposited the money. So when it comes to depositing the money, you can do a wire transfer. You can do an ACH. You can do a variety of different funding methods. Now, every broker is different. Every broker is going to have maybe various costs. But most of them, if you just set up, it's a direct transaction or a direct deposit, then there's no fees associated with it. But like I said, that depends on every broker. That depends on their policies for depositing. But I mean, really, I think most, you can still do a check if you want. Now, if you send in a check, that's going to take a lot longer for the money to show up in your account. But you can also that's something you can do. But how you deposit it is also how you're going to actually make the money, in the sense of, well, how do I get the money? Well, you can have your broker wire it to you. You can have them send you a check. Again, going to take you a long time. You can set up an ACH transfer where it's just a much more efficient way and they can send the money to you. But the point here being is, how do I get the money? Well, you just request it from your broker. You tell your broker, hey, you know what? I made some money. So now give it back to me. And however you want to, do this part of it, that's up to you. Check, ACH transfer, wire. All brokers are going to be different. But that is when you would actually get the money. First, of course, you have to make money. But even when you make the money, it still stays in your online broker account, because maybe you want to take that money and now go buy something else with it. But if you do want the money so that you can go spend it, then you'll just have to take that step of requesting it comes back to you from the broker's standpoint. But that is the logistics of how a broker works, why you need one, and just a little details here about what happens when you make money. Now, if you lose money, then it is what it is. There's no need to do this because, well, you didn't make any extra money in the first place. But assuming you do make money, all you got to do is just say, hey, please send me the money via, and then there's probably a little check box right there, and you just click whatever choice that you want. But that's how the online platform works. That's why you need one, and there's just no other way around it. I guess you could go down to Wall Street and stand in the pits and start waving stuff around, but pretty sure you have to be licensed to do that. But let's just save yourself a plane ticket. Just get an online broker, fill out the application, deposit some money, start to make some trades. Ideally, you're making money, and then you tell your broker, hey, give me my money, and they'll send it to you with whatever method that you choose. And again, I would say at least start off considering Webull. I'll put that link down below. They're a great broker to consider. And they, this is exactly how it would work with them, just like any other broker out there. So hopefully this helps. If you did find these beginner videos helpful, then a very quick, easy way to communicate that, just hit that like button. Also, comments, questions, suggestions, leave those down below. If I left something out and you have a question about the brokers or whatever, please leave those down below. I do read and reply all comments. So I answer any questions you have. And then finally, check out the channel as a whole. Lots of various videos. So hopefully you like what you see enough to hit that subscribe button, as I'd love to have you as a subscriber to the channel. But this is how a broker works. Get out there, get signed up with one, and start making some money. First off, thanks so much for watching the entire video. Real quick, before you go, I want to invite you to a live webinar, web class, training, workshop, online event, whatever you want to call it, but it will be me live revealing to you what I've discovered that has allowed me to transform myself from being an employee to being my own boss, including how I had only one losing day out of 73 days in total. I'm going to cover 3 keys that have helped me unlock profitable consistency within the markets. The first key is super weird, but in a productive type of way. The second key is super awesome because it quite literally is wired into our DNA as humans, making it very easy to use. But in a cruel way, this becomes a pitfall for many traders. I'll explain it all though, including how to avoid the pitfall that it creates for some. And yeah, the third key, when you hear it, sounds way too good to be true, but it's not, and I'll show you how it all works. Then at the end, I open it up for a question and answer session that is, again, totally live. Even if you can't make the live session, please still sign up, as it will be recorded, and you can go back and watch the replay that I will send you. Click the image on the screen or click the link down in the description box so you can get the date and time and claim your spot, which I should note is limited due to the fact that this truly is a live event. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'll be seeing you soon.